Hey guys, I'm Nikki.
And I'm Brie.
We're best friends, moms, and obsessed with TV.
Check us out every Monday as we dissect motherhood, TV, pop culture, and whatever else derails the conversation.
It's like eavesdropping on your funniest, most unfiltered friends.
If your friends had a mic and no shame,
We're here for all of it, and honestly,
we're not mad about it.
hey Maddies, welcome back to another episode of Not Mad About It podcast. If you missed our recap episode, we dropped that on Saturday. We recapped Summer House, In the City, and the Survivor 50 finale, so make sure you go and check that out. If you're here today, we have a delightful episode for you. We have our news, our recs, and we are recapping The Crash, the documentary that dropped last week on Netflix. So if you haven't watched that, make sure you watch that and then come back and listen to us yip and yap about it because we have thoughts.
We have thoughts. And Nikki, I want us to just pat ourselves on the back real quick because we have been working OT the last 2 weeks. Really just podcast, another podcast.
Boner.
Oh my God. The content has been popping off, but I just want to say, we're rolling into summer. I don't know if we're not going to be able to keep
Don't
this
get
up.
used to it.
Yeah.
Don't get too comfortable here with the content that we're putting out. Expect us to scale back.
This was a special occasion.
This was a special month of May. If you are a mom of kids in school, you know this is a big month for us. Lots to do.
And we said that. We were like, May is the busiest month ever.
It's like Spirit Week here at Not Mad.
Yeah. We had our Spirit Week, and now we are taking a break.
Clocking out.
We're clocking out. No. So we'll always have our Monday episodes, but I just want to take note that we have really been busting our ass with the content, and that might not keep happening, but you guys will always hear from us on Monday. Don't you fear. And I also feel like that is a blessing in itself because no podcast put episodes out on Mondays.
That's so true.
Seriously, nobody, and I wonder why that is, because I feel like Monday would be the most important day.
Right.
You're getting to work, you need something to listen to.
Yeah.
And that's
it's
what
the
we're
work
here for.
week. We're here to lift you up.
Because we
So you're
always do
welcome.
that. We're always so positive.
We're here to talk about the most depressing documentary you probably ever watched in your life. Enjoy. Happy Monday.
I'm going to start on a high because I have such a crazy story that I've been waiting to share on the podcast all week. And my husband's listening, so I'm kind of nervous. But
Don't be shy.
Guys, I had to ask for his approval before I shared the story.
Oh,
You know what I'm going to say?
of course.
Okay, so you guys know we are renovating our first floor apartment and we're moving down there. It wasn't intended to be this huge gut renovation, but you know what? That's what it turned into, okay? That's the one we got.
Yep. And not a wall is left.
There's no walls in sight. My husband is a contractor. Bless up to him. Such a blessing. Wow, ladies, marry a contractor. Let me tell you that because they will get the work done. But he's a contractor. So him and another person, I'm going to call him Fred, they have been doing all of the demo themselves. Every weekend for the past couple weeks, they've been demoing. We're taking out every wall, every ceiling is absolutely gone. And before they started doing that, I was it's so funny. You always hear about those stories, in really old houses.
Did you say this?
I said this to my husband. I don't think I said it to you.
That's crazy.
But I was I don't remember if I said maybe I did, but I was
you did not.
Our house is really, really, really old. I don't know, 1920s or something like that, if not older. It's an old freaking house. We have a picture of the house when it's original, and there's a horse and buggy in the front. So whenever that's from.
Yep.
My husband said 1890. Thank you. Okay, so the house was built in 1890, and anyway, sometimes when people renovate old houses, they find time capsules in the wall. They find letters from people that built it or lived there before. I wonder if we'll find anything. I wonder what's going to happen. What if we just? So, upstairs the other day, my husband comes running up and he's like, "You're not going to believe what we just found in the ceiling." And I was like, "What is it?" And he just throws a huge wad of cash on the table. And I said, "Excuse me?" He said, this huge wad of cash just came flying out of the ceiling downstairs. You guys, my jaw hit the floor.
The
That
bills.
the bills, I sent Nikki a picture. He doesn't want me to share the amount because he says it's in poor taste, but I will say it's over $1,000, which is like not giving much. But even
Like,
if it was $1,000 in bills, that's crazy to come flying out of your ceiling. He said it was literally out of a movie. Fred, hit the ceiling and just rained cash down on top of him. Can you imagine?
no. That is so crazy. The bills are so old. I was on my sister's graduation weekend. I was with my grandparents, and I told my grandpa because, of course, like,
Yeah,
what grandpa wouldn't love that story?
perfect story for grandpa.
Obsessed. He texts me 2 days later, and he goes, "Oh, Nikki, let me know if your friend needs any help with that renovation."
What is he going to do?
Collect the money. Like, he wants to come and get some dough.
That's so funny. But just like,
So crazy,
I feel like
Brie.
again, you hear about these things happening, but you don't think it's going to happen to you. And I just can't believe that that really happened. Then I was like, and it was like the last ceiling left, the last ceiling to be done in the whole place. So then I was like, okay, I guess there's no more. Should we do our walls? You want to come up
Maybe.
here? Should we knock them out?
Maybe. I told
No.
you, Brie, that the only thing that I have in my ceilings is mold. So that's really unfortunate for me because you have a nice wad of cash up there and
A nice wad of
I
cash.
have a nice wad of candida. So that's awesome for me.
Literally a wad of candida. But I guess people used to do that back in the day, like a little emergency fund, hide your money. The people that own this house are no longer with
With
us.
us.
But yeah, so crazy and also so excited. So of course, in my mind, I'm already spending the money. I'm like, okay, great, we can get this, we can get this, let's do this, let's pay this off.
She got a Birkin.
For my mom bag that I don't use.
Yeah, right. She said,
No,
Andrew, baby, you know what I need? A Birkin
a
to
Birkin. He
carry my stuff.
doesn't even know what that is. But of course, my husband being like such a responsible man, he's like, I think we should save it. Like these bills are so old, they might be
Oh, please.
worth something someday. I'm like,
Put him in
what
touch
are
with my
you?
grandpa because my grandpa already has like a numerologist, he needs to take him to some sort of a bill guy. My grandpa knows the
Well,
guy
can I
who
say
Andrew needs to go to.
the only thing that I could see why maybe it would be worth something someday is because eventually, like, I don't know about in our lifetime, but eventually, like, cash is going to be a relic. Like, it's not going to exist anymore. So, can you imagine if you have a freaking wad of cash from, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but who's gonna give a shit? It's either gonna be worth a
Yeah.
lot or worth nothing, like our Beanie
Yeah.
Babies.
Because I guess, like, whatever comes after Gen Z is not going to care about cash if they never had to deal with
No,
it,
they're gonna
you
like
know?
freaking wipe their arse with it and be like, "Cool, here's my crypto, you dumbass." Nice freaking $20
That's
bill,
so
bro.
true. I know, so true. But it was a nice little surprise, especially for such a big project.
Sick.
Not mad about that, but
So cool.
so crazy. Oh my God, like I've never seen my husband happier in his life.
I mean, not even
Nice
at the
fat
birth
stack.
of your children.
This is a big deal.
And Andrew went and converted it all to silver.
Nikki, he totally would. Wow. That's probably what he's gonna do. You're so right. Oh my God, big silver guy in this house. That's what we give our nieces and nephews for birthdays. We give them a block of silver. Like, how fun are we?
I told you that's what you guys gave Olivia for her baptism. Andrew gave my daughter, Andrew and Brianna are the godmother and father to my daughter, Olivia. And Andrew gave her a block of silver. And you want to know what Brianna did? She wrote her a song to Gia Judice's
Waking up in the morning.
Melania,
Oh yeah,
Melania.
oh my God, it's so funny.
She rewrote that to Olivia. Like, if that's not the personality of my two best friends, I don't know what is. Like, that's your godmommy and
Oh
poppy,
my
baby.
God. And
That's
if
who we
that's
picked
not
for you.
the epitome of opposites attract, I don't know what is because you think my husband knows that song. He's
No,
probably like, what is she talking
I'm
about
like,
right now?
Liv, if me and Daddy croak, like you're in good hands. You'll have so much fun with Auntie Brie, and Uncle Andrew will just have you
Make sure
set.
you're getting, yeah, he'll make sure you're getting to college and that it's going to be
Yeah,
paid for.
you're good.
So funny.
He'll teach you how to invest.
Exactly. So yeah, that's just what's going on in my life. No big deal.
Something
Nice
cute
wad of
about
cash.
Brie.
What's going on with you, Nikki?
If you're listening to this, I will be in Mexico, baby. Melissa, I'm drunken outside. Have you heard that?
No.
Oh my God, that's this new sound on TikTok and it's my new stim. And I just cannot stop singing it because A, it's sunny. B, I'm going to be drunk and outside.
Are you gonna make any content or mommy's off the clock?
Totally. And that's on Nina to make sure. My
Okay.
sister, so I'm going with my mom and my sister, who is 21. So she's like cool. She's with it. She
Yeah.
is,
A
we're
goddess.
just like, yeah. So I'm hoping that she knows what's up. I'm hoping that we get drunk, have a lot of fun, go in the pool, do a lot of activities. There's sushi class, there's painting classes, there's ceramic classes, there's
Oh my
a lot of
God.
exercise classes. I sent you the schedule and you're like, are you
Yeah.
going to like a wellness retreat?
Seriously, I was shocked.
I'm not treating it as such, but I'll do like a workout class in the AM to feel good about myself.
You'll sit through it for the music.
Totally. I'm like, Mom, I don't have any workout clothes, so if you could pack those for me.
Yeah, she will.
So we're only bringing carry-ons, but we're not going for that long.
Yeah.
But, it's a lot of pressure to now pack everything in a carry-on.
You can make it work so easy.
Okay, I know you're a big fan of packing cubes.
Love.
Okay.
What do you mean? Why?
What's yeah. In Espanol, that means why, yes. I'm already transitioning to Mexico.
I put like, okay, this is all my pajamas in one packing cube. This is all my like outfits that I have in one packing cube. This is my sweatshirts
Okay.
are just loose or
And you
whatever, but
don't
I try to
unpack when
organize it.
you get to a hotel. You don't put your stuff in a drawer.
Typically, I live out of my suitcase, but I feel like as an adult, that's not the right thing to do. So even though I don't travel often, when I do, I try to unpack because it does make a big difference, like
It makes
huge
a huge
difference.
difference. So, like,
Yeah,
what's the point of a packing cube? I got these packing cubes thinking that it was going to save me so much space in my suitcase.
it
And
doesn't.
John was like, it's not a space saver.
It's not a space saver.
And that was my misconception.
Yeah, it's not a space saver. It's really like when you unpack, it's like, oh, this is all going in this one drawer.
Okay, like, who cares? That's what
Yeah.
unpacking is.
Yeah,
Okay, I mean,
I like it for the kids because I'm like, here's all the diapers, here's all their
right.
sleep stuff, here's all their
That makes sense.
outfits.
Like, the
Yeah,
suitcase is just my stuff.
yeah, just slam it in there, slam
Slam
pig it
picker
in
in
there.
it. And on that note, if you missed our Rory recap, we did that on the Sweet Potato podcast, talk about cranking out content.
I
So
think
check
we
that
also
out.
recapped ourselves, did we not?
Oh,
I
we
don't
did. We
remember
did do a
anymore.
little. We dabbled. We had to talk about the fight.
Oh, the fight. Yes, that's right. Oh
Yes.
my God, we were just really on top
Content,
of
content,
it.
content,
I know.
content. All right, but let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into some news because I was just gonna like skip the news section altogether, but then in the 11th hour, like a couple random stories landed on my lap I wanted to discuss. The first story is actually from a couple weeks ago, but this is the first time I saw of it, and I thought it was very interesting, so I wanted to share with the class. But the Academy, as in the Oscars, are banning AI from ever winning an Oscar.
Thank you. I'm
Isn't
so here for that.
So here for that. So basically, if any movie uses AI for an actor, an actress, for script, for anything,
What
they are,
about music?
yeah, music. And if they feel like they watch something and there's like AI a part of it, like they're gonna ask for the facts and like the receipts, proof, screenshots, timeline to fact check that AI was not involved and that everything was from a human mind person. Their
Totally,
hands are on the
because
project.
who the fuck winning the award? AI? Like that's not
Exactly.
fair.
No, that's not fair because and they wanted to be clear that CGI has been used in movies since the 90s. That's like
Do you think that
Avatar.
Leonardo was really it fucking dying on the Titanic? Of course it like yeah.
No, where like there was that movie with like Robert De Niro where it was like over so many timelines and they make them look older, make them look younger. Like
Okay.
they're not
Like
talking about that because somebody's like going into computer and they're editing their face and they're making all those tweaks.
right.
AI is like you type in like I want the sky to look blue and I want birds like I'm flying out. Like
Yeah,
that's
I want the actor to look like XYZ and to
yeah.
say PB and J. Like
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so they're not allowing that. CGI is still allowed, but I guess there was or there is a movie coming out that was going to use an entirely AI version of the actor Val Kilmer that passed away last April, which is so
Why?
creepy to think about, like having him star in a movie post mortem
Right,
as
and like
AI.
was permission given?
Now that's a good question. I
Now
would
that this
assume
becomes
so.
very ethical.
And also there was or is an AI written superhero movie that like was in the works. So I guess the Academy wanted to shut it down. Listen, You can do that, but you are not going to be eligible for any Oscars. Like, it's off the table if you use AI. And I think that is so smart because that
So
is going to
smart.
deter at least actors wanting to be involved in projects that are probably going to get paid big bucks to join those projects if AI is involved, you know?
What was the whole writers' strike?
A lot of it was about this.
Right. So
Like
this is,
having AI write scripts, like having AI just take over their job. So this is a way
yeah.
to like mitigate that a little bit.
Wow.
So smart.
Okay. Here
Love
for
to
it.
hear it.
Not mad about that.
Not mad about that. Okay, now this next story, Nikki, I know that you've not seen any movie made between 1990 and 1999. So this story is not for you, but for like the other millennials, this one's for
Okay.
us. So there is a cult classic movie that came out in the 90s called Jawbreaker.
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
I have seen it.
Oh my God, Nikki,
One of my niche movies that I've seen.
I'm so proud of you because this movie really like left a mark on
Yeah,
me.
we were too young to watch that. It was a
Too young?
little,
Crazy. It
yeah.
was crazy. So if you haven't seen it, it's this 90s cult classic movie with Rose McGowan, Judy Greer, Marilyn Manson's in it. And basically the
Who?
movie is Marilyn Manson is briefly in it because at the time he was engaged to Rose McGowan and he has a cameo in the movie. The
As
movie.
Marilyn Manson.
I think as himself. Either way, who else? It doesn't matter if his name's Bob. It's still
Right,
Marilyn,
right.
you know.
My mom worked with him.
What?
I want to say when worked with Playgirl, and mom, I'm sorry, I could be totally wrong, but that she did a shoot with him. And I think she said he's like really weird,
Yeah, of course.
obviously.
Yeah, of course. But
Mom, chime
anyway,
in.
if you haven't
Comment.
seen the movie, comment please. If you haven't seen the movie, it's kind of like the original Mean Girls, but what the kids would say, this is a bad word, cunty. You know, they use that as like cool.
Yeah. Jake Shane, okay.
It's like the original Mean Girls with murder.
Like mixed with Heather's.
Snicky, exactly. But the group of cool girls at school, they accidentally kill one of their friends, who they were, of course, jealous of, so accidentally killed her. And the loser at school, her name was Fern, that really like stuck with me. She knows that they did this. So in order, they don't want Fern to like rat them out and throw them under the bus, so they take Fern and they turn her into a cool girl, and she replaces the girl in the group that they murdered. But Fern gets a little too cunty for the group, and she ends up turning into like the biggest, craziest bitch of all. Anyway,
Well,
it's
isn't
such
the
a good,
whole reason why they kill her is because they put a jawbreaker in her mouth and she chokes on it?
that's how they killed her. They kidnapped
In the
her for like a
trunk.
birthday party, and they put the jawbreaker in her mouth so she wouldn't yell in the car, threw her in the trunk. She died. But they were all there. The Rose McGowan was like jealous of her, you know? So it's like, it's layered. But anyway, so
Shucks.
the movie Jawbreaker is being made into a musical. It's coming to LA at the Hudson Theater this summer. I know. And the actress, Rebecca Gayheart, who was in the original Jawbreaker movie, she is going to play the role of the principal. What was her name? Miss Sherwood. So everyone's excited because she's coming back. People are going to be excited to come in to see her.
Of course.
And Rebecca Gayheart was married but separated to Eric Dane, the actor who just recently passed away from ALS. Yeah, I know. So it's been 27 years since the movie came out. This is going to be
Great
like
call.
at least like a big celebration to have it back. And as a musical, I think is such a good idea
It's gonna be
because
funny.
it's going to be funny. It's just going to be silly, and it's going to be like just a blast from the past, whether it goes any further than, a couple weekends or what it's going to be. If I was at LA, I would definitely try to go see it.
I was gonna say, dang, I wish it was in New York. I would tell you you'd have to come.
100% I would see that for sure. So yeah, if you're in LA,
Maybe.
please check it out. Let us know how it is. Okay, last bit of news I saw this a lot actually, but it is very exciting. But Spotify is launching a new program called Reserved, which is basically a new feature that is going to allow for premium subscribers to have early access to concert tickets. So if you are a premium subscriber to Spotify and say Loacon is coming to your area and Spotify sees that you are in the top 0.0001% of his fans, when he puts tickets on sale, you'll get 24 hours early access
Wow.
to buy up to 2 tickets. And like you don't have to worry about selling out, whatever. You have 24 hours to make the decision if you want to buy those 2 tickets or not. But
Wow.
the caveat is that the artists have to put the tickets into that
Aside.
Spotify queue. Exactly. So like however many tickets are available is however many that artist decides to put
Ooh,
into
that
the
gets
platform.
very tricky.
But I think because it's going to be new, we'll see how it goes, but I think eventually this is going to be great because artists
This is the
most are,
Taylor of it all. Like, remember when
yeah.
Taylor used to like find these
Yes.
really huge fans that
Yeah.
were
Support her
obsessed
and
with
you
her?
want to
Yeah.
support them back.
Yes, that she would like go and find them and be like, "Oh, come to the like Taylor hidden
Listening
party."
event. Yeah.
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 So smart because you do want to reward the people that really care about you. And we have so many people who go on the second that tickets drop, and you're these scammers,
Yep.
scalpers who just buy up all the tickets and then upcharge them by so much money.
Exactly. So this kind of will help solve that
Evens the
problem.
playing field a
Yeah,
little.
if artists, whoever agrees to do and however many tickets they want to put access to, but like I would think you want to put a lot of tickets aside for your most fans
They'll
that you
get
know.
bought.
Yeah, and it's also based off like engagement. So it's like
Hmm.
how many songs are you streaming? How many elements are you streaming? Over how long? They are going to hone in on like literally your top 0.1% of fans, and that's who's going to have access to buy your tickets. And those are the people that you want to come see your show and you want to give
Totally.
them the opportunity. So I feel like this is so smart, and there's no extra fees for the consumer. Like this is just an added feature. Like you will get an alert. Like if tickets go on sale, you're going to get an alert that's like, hey, you have 24 hours to buy these 2 NoahCon tickets. Here's where
Wow.
this is like when the time slot ends.
And
And you can
that's
buy them or not.
before getting jacked up.
Exactly. That's before
Wow.
I think it might be either before or at the same time their access to the public, but you have like a 24-hour window to decide.
I think that's such a great idea. That's so smart.
Such a great, because if the Spotify fans don't buy them, they're still going to get bought. So you're not losing anything. You're just giving a chance for the people that want it the most. Mm-hmm. And I
And then you
feel
have people
like,
being more loyal to Spotify. Like, thank you. Thank you for seeing us.
Nikki, so true. This is good for Spotify. Such a good
Yeah.
call.
I'm going to just
Wow.
stream the shit out of Noah Khan. That's all I listen to on Spotify anyway.
Same. I feel like I would get an alert.
No,
It's all we listen to over here.
truly.
I know. So I don't know. I guess I missed the boat on that because I'm pretty sure Fenway is already sold out for July, which they were like $500 anyway. But
Sorry.
yeah, exciting news. That's all I had for news. Like it's so funny
Great.
because I mean none of this is pop culture. This is just like random ass news that I thought was interesting. But
Very.
I feel like the pop culture news like doesn't like do it for me. I saw like Chalamet
We're
went to a
desensitized.
yeah, he went to a game and Kylie Jenner commented like on a picture of him like, "Oh, daddy." Like, okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for
cool.
her.
What do you want us to discuss?
Yeah, Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi are dating. Great. I love that for them.
Are
Hot
they?
couple. Yeah. Okay, breaking news for Nikki.
Like,
You would like
wow.
to know about that? Yeah, and they went on a double date with Kylie and Timothy. Wow. And they got
Be a
packed
fly
in the
to
car.
be a fly on that wall. Do you think Jacob and Timotei get along?
100%.
I'm
Two
happy to see
actors? Yeah, of
He's
course.
Brit.
Yeah, I think they get along for sure.
Timotei is like a little stuck up.
I just feel like Jacob and Kendall are like a really hot couple, but it like, doesn't do it for me. I just feel like Kendall's boring, you know?
I have my own theories about Kendall.
Do you want to share with the class?
Yeah, I think she's a lesbian.
I think she's a lesbian as well. Are we allowed to say that?
I don't know. I like no shade and no shade if
Maybe
she's
she'll
not.
maybe she'll be a late in life.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just like be yourself.
I know, but if she's not, Nick, you can't make her be a lesbian.
I'm literally not. I'm just giving her permission.
Permission to les.
But it's like, oh, all of these guys who are seemingly perfect, like
I know.
Jacob Elordi is knocking on your door.
Okay, well then do you think Leonardo DiCaprio is gay because he gets with like perfect 10 models and he's not
No, but
settling
he's
down
different.
either?
He's
Yeah, 'cause
different.
he's a loser.
He's a loser and he's
Yeah.
a guy.
Have you ever
And like
seen
A
those?
plus B equals C. So loser.
Have you ever seen those clips? There's this girl that is obsessed with the Giggly Squad, but she's specifically obsessed with the way that Paige
Yes.
says certain words.
Like loser. Like she
And
loves her crunchy R's. Yeah.
and I can't hear or say the
No.
word loser without
She's a loser. A loser.
a loser. That's all I
A
think about now.
loser.
It's so true though. She does say words like very specifically. She is a
Wait, question.
loser. Yeah.
You know I'm a giggler now. I just saw a clip of Paige asking Hannah if she's ever felt bad for inanimate objects. And Hannah was like, "No, I actually think you should maybe talk to somebody about that." She's like, like, let's say you put your shaker back in like a separate drawer from your pepper shaker, and you're like, "Oh, but like they probably miss each other, so like I should put them back together."
No, you're lying.
Okay, so I'm gonna take it as you're the Hannah.
Yeah,
You've never
what?
experienced that? Oh my God,
Never.
Brie, you know about my baby bear?
What?
my ba- my baby bear.
Like a stuffed animal?
He's my stuffed animal that I've had forever. I have pictures of him when I'm a little girl. I still have him. I used to
Wow.
take him on vacation with me. He's probably coming to Mexico with me.
Stop.
When you're listening to this episode, me and Baby Bear are going to be popping off in Mexico.
You need to take content with Baby Bear.
I will. But where was I going with this? Oh,
You feel bad.
if he's ever face down, like I let my kids sleep with him, and if I find him face down, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like they should have taken better care of you. And like I'll put him nicely face up because he is like with us.
You're lying.
So he needs to be treated with the utmost. Like, no, if he's face down, I'm like, I'm like, oh my God, how long have you been here for? Anybody else? But anyway,
That's
just to my
so funny.
point was that like I totally understood Paige, and I just something about it told me that you'd be a Hannah,
That
and you
thought's
would just
never once crossed my mind.
all the time.
Wow, we are so different. So different.
Okay, like I'm sure I can think of 1,000 examples.
What?
Yes.
Like, do you feel bad eating a banana? Because it left the rest of its banana friends?
No, I
Now
do
you
feel
will.
I do feel bad when I like have to take one with me. Like I used to just take my banana with me to and from work, to and fro. And then I would like unload it every day and it was like my security banana and I felt bad for like that one that I wasn't eating it. And it would just have to come back and forth.
You like draw a little face on it on day 2, and then she has
Yes. No,
hair.
it's Wilson. It's turned into Wilson.
Guys, also, I swear I don't even smoke cigarettes. I don't know why my laugh is so wheezy. It's so crazy.
I have a bad cough.
Yeah, allergies. Nikki, that is so funny. Okay, so maybe we should start talking about more random pop culture because they gave us Wilson.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's get into some TV recs because we have some.
Okay.
I just want to shout out, we got a couple Maddie recs. One of
I
them
love.
was for the show Running Point with Kate Hudson and Brenda Song. It's on Netflix. There's
Okay.
2 seasons out. It just got renewed for season 3. They're like
Was that
quick.
one of my recs for vacation?
Yes, that's one of your
Okay.
recs for vacation. They're like 20, 30-minute episodes. I've heard it's like Ted Lasso vibes.
Okay.
Where Kate Hudson I think she owns like a basketball team, and it's just like quirky and silly and fun. And like, we love Brenda Song. We love Kate Hudson. I'm going to watch the show.
You love Macaulay Culkin, or
Yeah, that's like,
is
I
that
love the
who
Culkin
she's married?
family.
She's married
Yeah,
to Macaulay?
She's married to Macaulay, but I love
Okay.
I love the Culkin brothers. So I will be
Crazy
watching
name.
the show while you are on vacation 100% this week, and I'm very excited about it.
Okay.
Also, I'm recommending again because I'm seeing it everywhere. I started the first episode, but the show Off Campus on Amazon Prime, people are gooped and gagged over it. It is straight hockey porn set in college. I think it's very porny, very corny. I wrecked it
Hockey
last
porn?
week.
Like heated rivalry?
Yeah, but like man and woman.
Okay. Both play hockey?
The man plays hockey,
Okay.
but they're just like college kids.
Sweet.
So I'm wrecking
Love
that
porn and
again.
corn.
And then another Maddie rec we got was for a podcast called Love Trapped. Nikki, would you like to speak on this podcast?
Okay, so like I don't really know what it's about. I can like say what I think I know it's about.
So
It's Clayton Eckhart.
Eckhart from
Yeah,
The
The
Bachelor.
Bachelor. He was the Bachelor.
Mhm.
He was the one who did he have Gabby and Rachel?
Yes. Yep.
And he dogged them both. They both ended up being the Bachelorettes the next season. But you just a little backstory about me. I'm obsessed with Clayton's dancing videos, and it's like my guiltiest pleasure. And I just want to say that he has made improvements.
He's getting kind of like hot.
Okay, like reel that in quick. Like I will allow us saying that Kyle Cook is hot. I won't allow Clayton being hot. I was gonna say that while he has made improvements, he's still not good.
He's not bad though.
But yeah, so it I believe after his season it came out, oh, this whole big paternity kind of
Scandal.
scandal. Yeah, this woman said that she was the father of her baby. He denied it. There was this whole big paternity thing. And I don't
It went to
who
court.
who does the podcasts? It's like a true crime
So
podcast about this scenario.
the podcast is called Love Trapped. It is an investigative true crime podcast hosted by Stephanie Young. It's like a limited series that she did specifically about the story that uncovers like the legal battle involving this case, but also involving the woman and how she's done this to like multiple men before. She extorts them. She has false narratives. She's kind of like a con woman, and she basically conned Clayton into thinking that he was the father of her child. It's like so much more than whatever you thought you knew about the story in the press. And I've heard it's like an unbelievable, crazy story. Great podcast,
Does
limited
she get
series.
Clayton on it?
So I think they end up going to the court and he gets proven as Maury Povich, you are not the father. Yeah.
Correct.
So he
That I
gets
do know,
cleared.
but I wanted to
Yeah.
know if she interviewed Clayton. And I will just say, like, Clayton is not a great dancer, but he does seem like a very,
Nice guy.
really, really, really nice guy. Like,
Yeah.
really nice, even though he did dog Gabby and Rachel like that. Yeah, I definitely want to listen to that. I'm super excited for that one.
Oh, that would be good for your plane too.
I know.
Do you
Now
have any other recs? I have one
do.
more.
I have on Netflix. I didn't watch it, but I watched the preview. It looked really interesting and there was a lot of celeb appearances on it. It's a documentary about Marty Short. It's called Marty
Yes.
Life is Short and it looks so good. He is just like a pea gem, if you
Yeah.
will, if you're a toaster, a precious gem of a man. He is just like great. Tom Hanks was in it. Catherine O'Hara was in
Saw
it.
that.
It seemed really good. It just was too late for me to put it on, but
Yeah.
a rec that, if you're interested. And then June 10th, I don't know where we are in the calendar, but I do just want to share. We'll talk about it as we get closer, but there's a show on Netflix coming out called Outlast the Jungle. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh,
It's
no.
giving Survivor mixed with kind of like
Oh my
alone-ish,
God.
like really cool. So
That's a bit of me.
I will be tuning in
We'll bring
June
that
10th.
back up when it gets
We'll
closer.
we'll circle jerk back for sure.
I have one more rec that I'm kind of scared to rec because it was like such a weird show, but I can't stop thinking about it. Andrew and I started it last night. There's 2 episodes out, and I just feel like it's one of those shows that now that we started, we have to see it through. So there's a new show on Apple TV out called Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed. And I'm going to tell you the premise of the show, Nikki.
Sounds borny and corny.
No, guys, the premise is really crazy. So it's about this mom. She's going through a divorce. The actress that plays the mom looks so much like Teddy Mellencamp. So when I'm watching it, like that's all I can. I'm like, that's Teddy. Anyway, she's a mom. She's going through a divorce. She is like alone and depressed, and she finds solace in this cam boy. Do you know what that is?
No.
Like a cam girl, like
Oh,
OnlyFans kind
Cam. I
of.
thought you said can. Okay.
No, a cam boy. So she finds, friendship in a cam boy where she develops
This
this
is scripted.
relationship. This is scripted. She develops this relationship with this like younger cam boy played by Brandon Flynn, who is from 13 Reasons Why. who also famously dated the singer Sam Smith, and they had that whole like paparazzi airport photo shoot where they were like sloppily making out with each other. Do you remember that?
Wow.
Years ago. Wow, core memory.
Uh-huh.
But now he's grown up and he's, wow, very handsome man.
He
Anyway,
was very handsome, yeah.
but he was like kind of like a little. Now he's
Yeah.
like definitely looks more like a man. Anyway, he's the cam boy. They develop a relationship where she's kind of using him as a therapist, but they also have a sexual relationship at the same time. He ends up, while they're on a call, getting kidnapped. But then it turns into like, is he kidnapped? Or is she being scammed? But the story takes such a crazy turn that the first episode was like kind of weird, but by the end of the first episode, we were like, okay, well, now we have to watch the second one. And then the second one ended, and the third episode comes out this week, and we're like, well, now we're going to have to watch the third one because the story has taken so many different routes that I'm just like, I have to see what's going on. And also, Nick from New Girl is in it.
How's the acting?
Oh, Jake Johnson, sorry. The acting's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the acting's fine, but it's just like crazy. It's just taking crazy routes that I'm like, now I have to see it through.
It's HBO?
So this is on Apple TV. There's 2 episodes out. New episodes now come out weekly on Wednesdays, and it's called Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed.
Okay.
It's very weird, but like I said, I got to see it through.
Okay.
So yeah,
Thanks, Brie.
that's what you miss on Glee. And upcoming TV for this week, nothing too crazy. We have part 1 of the Summer House reunion on Tuesday, followed by In the City. We have, on Friday, there's a new reality show coming out on Netflix called Calabasas Confidential. And it is a reality show of like a bunch of kids from Calabasas, California, fresh out of college, like coming back to town post college, like drama, whatever, rivalry. But the cast is very interesting because it's a lot of Nepo babies, obviously. So some of the people on the cast are Preston Pippen, who is the son of Larsa Pippen and Scottie Pippen. We also have Hersey Miller, who is a college basketball player, and he is the son of the rapper Master P, which is so random. We have Rain Michaels, who is the daughter of Brett Michaels, Rock of Love.
Okay. Any Flavor of Love, Flavor Flav children going to be in here?
No, I don't think so. But Brandy Glanville was on a podcast recently, and she said that her son, Mason, filmed for this series. And she said she even filmed with him, but his name is like not mentioned anywhere on the cast. So we'll see if they pop in or not. But I don't know if this is the show for me.
Yeah.
But other people, it's getting a lot of hype. Other people might be interested.
It's next gen of
Yes, California.
Cali.
Totally. Which they are doing in Next Gen LA, so it's kind of competition.
Redundant.
And yeah, that's what's coming up this week. Like I feel like now it's the summer, things are getting
We're slowing
quiet.
down.
Love Island is I think a week from now, June 2nd, so it's right around the corner. And Love Island UK I think starts June 1st, and it's going to be airing on Hulu, I think, starting June 5th or something like that. So both seasons are going to be airing at like the same exact time. So
All right. And we'll chat offline about what we're going to do because we do
Yeah.
like to dabble. Last year, I did not watch UK with the rest of the folks, and I had to binge it on my own. It was
no, we
so
binged
good.
it together and we did 2 episodes
Yes.
about it, I think. Yeah, 2 huge episodes about it. So if it starts popping off, we'll jump in there, but I'm going to focus on US until I need to.
Switch your attention.
Okay, guys, that brings us to the crash portion of our episode. We posted on social, we talked about in our last episode that we're going to be recapping the Netflix documentary of The Crash, which is about the case of Mackenzie Shirilla, who is a 17-year-old girl from Ohio.
Live on the podcast with us, folks.
I have my Shirilla
With her
bun
bun.
in. Oh my God, we'll get to that. But she drove 100 miles an hour into a building in 2022, killing her boyfriend, Dominic Russo, and his friend, Davion Flanagan. And initially, it looked like it was like a horrible accident gone wrong. Investigators thought maybe they were drinking and driving, but then it turned into a full-blown murder investigation. And there's a lot of discourse around the case, which is, was it intentional? And also, sorry, Mackenzie's the only one that survived.
Hmm.
She was the driver. So, was it intentional? Did Mackenzie want to kill her boyfriend Dom and his friend, or was it a crazy accident? And I want to start with like, what do you think? And then that will just skyball into everything that we watched unfold. Because if you haven't watched it, spoiler alert, but almost like whatever we say in the recap is not going to clock to you until you
Hmm.
watch the documentary. So even if you listen and you go back and watch, you're not like, it's spoilers, but it almost doesn't matter because you won't understand until you watch it, if
It's
that makes sense.
actually so unbelievable. And
Yeah.
even if we said what we think, you would be like, okay, you girls are actually on crack. Like,
Yeah.
what you think didn't actually happen because it's
Yeah, you need to watch it.
so crazy. So, what I think happened is that Dominic was going to leave Mackenzie. They were on the rocks. They knew that. I think that Dominic had Davian with him to kind of be his backup. I think they got into the car that morning. And so what happened is they went to a party. They ended up sleeping at the party. Witnesses have Mackenzie sleeping at 2:30 in the morning, sometime around 5 a.m. They wake up, Davion, Dominic, and Mackenzie get in her car. They show surveillance video of her very controlled, very slowly turning a corner. It does not appear as though she is intoxicated or under
Yeah.
the influence. And then the next set of surveillance footage we have is literally like a fucking torpedo going down the block. All you see is lights, and you just hear, "Voo!" and you hear the crash. What I believed happened is that they were going to break up. They got into a fight in the car. I don't think it was like premeditated in the sense that she was like, okay, it's 5 in the morning. I'm putting you
Yeah.
guys in my car and I'm going to crash my car and kill us.
Yeah.
I think that they were getting into an argument and it escalated. And she said, I'll crash the car. I'll crash the car. I'll do it. She fucking gunned it. And I think this is my opinion, is that she is either a sociopath
Yeah.
or there is some serious mental illness happening there because I think that she crashed the car with the intent to kill them all,
Herself included.
herself included. There is no way that you would crash that car and you would
No.
survive. She is so lucky
Yeah.
that she lived. When they found her, she was completely smashed under the wheel of the car. They did not believe that anybody could be alive. Another big part of the case, the defense was saying that Mackenzie had POTS, which means that she would like randomly faint. However, all of the evidence disproves that.
Yeah.
Then the police thought, how could this be? Nobody would
Yeah.
crash their car into a wall intentionally.
They were trying to
Maybe
prove that it was
they
an
were on
accident.
drugs. She
Yeah.
was not on drugs. There was nothing in her system.
Yeah. But you know
Then
what I
they,
did see about the drugs? That apparently,
yeah,
like, they sent her blood out to a lab out of
they canceled
state,
it.
and then they canceled it. And then when they tested her blood, it was like days
Hmm.
later, which is why there
Yeah.
was only marijuana in it. But I think, like, whether she was on like mushrooms or not, her driving in the first surveillance footage is so
Hmm.
controlled. And even the driving, like, I think the prosecutor said to even be going, she was proved going 100 miles an hour down this
Hmm.
road that was not just a straight shot. It had like little curves, it had little bends. It was proven she was going 100 miles an hour, never hit the brake once,
Never took her
literally
foot off the gas.
never took her foot off the gas, pedal to the metal. And like to have that much control over
Hmm.
that sort of driving, especially when they got like the black box report from the car that showed that the steering wheel shifted like left and shifted right. So you could assume that Davion and Dominic were
Were
probably trying to
fighting.
take control of the steering wheel. So to
And
have
neither
that
of them
much,
had their seatbelt on, and she
she
did have her
did.
seatbelt on.
So to have that much control though over the steering wheel going that fast for like I think they said it was
35 seconds of just extreme acceleration, which 35 seconds doesn't seem that long, but if we were to say
go
stop
100
right
miles an
now
hour.
and just everybody be quiet for 35
Yeah.
seconds, it's extremely long. And the most disturbing part to me is that during this time, Davion and Dominic knew what was happening to them. And
Yeah.
that's 35 seconds of pure fucking panic that
Yeah.
they knew what was going to happen to them. That, like, honestly sends chills down my body.
I feel like the part where I get tripped up is, I don't know, I'm like scared to even say this. Was Mackenzie trying to scare everybody and threaten
And
them?
had an
And she
act.
was almost like playing chicken
Mhm.
and she didn't like bail in time, which everybody would have gotten hurt. But did she not bail in time? Or did she actually was like, I'm killing all of us? Like, I, and I'm sure this is the
Either
same
way, you get
question.
charged with manslaughter
Yes,
because
yes,
your actions are irresponsible and did
totally.
take the life of two people. But
And I
I
bet this is
something
the
is
same
fucking
question that like
wrong with that
everybody's
girl.
family has. And I also feel like Dominic and Davion were probably thinking the same thing because
Hmm.
she had threatened driving the car like before, killing them in the car. She had
Because
threatened
why
her
would
and
she kill
Dominic.
herself? You
Yeah.
wouldn't think that somebody would actually do that.
Well, she eats organic.
Well, people think that Dominic was going to break up with her and that he brought Davion for support, which is like the most heartbreaking thing of it
Yeah.
all is that like Dominic is a victim too, but
Mm-hmm.
Davion is such a
Innocent
victim in that
bystander.
he barely even knew that girl.
I
Like
know.
he was just in the wrong car, the wrong place at the wrong time. Like it's
So sad.
so sad. We got to see a little bit about Mackenzie Shirilla and her personality, which was absolutely disgusting.
Insane.
This
Insane
bitch
person.
was smoking blunts, like in school, walking up the hallway, smoking blunts, like in her car, smoking blunts
All
nonstop,
day, every day.
all day, every day, taking pictures with wads of money. Apparently, she was 13 when she started dating Dominic, who was
Yeah.
17, which is like fucking disgusting. Like somebody
Yeah.
was like, yeah, if my 13-year-old rolled up with a 17-year-old boyfriend, I'd be like, what?
No. And she lived with Dominic at the time when
Hmm.
this happened. So she was 17, living with Dominic, who was almost 20. Dominic had a house by himself. Everybody talks really highly of Dominic in the documentary. But I have to imagine that, and they're like, oh, Dominic
Yeah,
had all this money. He was funding
of
Mackenzie's
course.
lifestyle, paying for all of her stuff. But
There
he
was drugs
invested in
involved.
stocks. Yeah, he invested in crypto. But I have to imagine, like, Dominic was a drug dealer.
Hmm.
They had a very toxic relationship. And I do feel like Mackenzie's parents allowing her to live with Dominic is abandonment. They're just like, okay,
Criminal.
Mackenzie,
Yeah.
go. We're good. Please, we know that you're smoking weed all day. We know that you're
It's
in trouble. We know that no one in your
They
school
should be
is.
held responsible for the
Yes.
deaths of Dominic and
Yeah.
Davion.
No, they need to be held responsible for the human that they created.
Right.
Like, this
And
is
that
what
she
happens.
murdered
Yes.
two people. She
No, like,
killed them.
this is what happens when you literally just ignore your child and let them get away with whatever they want. You let them do whatever you want. You know what it reminded me of, Nikki?
What?
This girl is not crazy like Mackenzie, but it reminded me of that documentary that we watched of that girl who has, I feel like her name starts with like an R. We brought her up kind of recently. She was like
Oh,
forced to make
uh-huh.
content and the mom was pimping her out. Something with a P. Was it Presley?
Pre-
Piper.
Piper.
Yes. It reminds me of Piper, where it's just like
Piper
this
Raquel.
girl, Piper Raquel, nice Nikki. It's just like this girl that has no guidance in her
Hmm.
life. Her parents are, if anything, pushing her in the wrong decision. Her parents followed Mackenzie on social media. They saw her posting these videos all day, so skinny, body checking, just like
Hmm.
ripping bongs all morning, driving with no seatbelt, smoking blunts, and they were liking her posts.
Yeah.
And when the parents were asked about like her illegal activity in the documentary, they're like, "I don't care if my daughter smokes weed. Like we smoke weed. Like who cares? It's better than do." Like they did not care. They did not care that she lived with her boyfriend. They were so hands off.
They
Anytime
didn't
she got in
care that she
trouble,
killed anybody.
yeah,
Like they didn't even have any remorse for the actions of her daughter that took the life.
no,
I
there's
mean,
something wrong with everybody involved. All three of those, Mackenzie and her parents, like have some sort of
no,
personality
the
disorders.
mom is a sociopath too, and that's where Mackenzie gets it from. And the
Yeah.
dad is just dumb as fucking bricks. And the mom reminded me of the mom from the other documentary that was sending horrible messages to her daughter. She reminded
Yes.
me so much of her.
Wow.
But Now the dad is on leave from his teaching
Good, as he
position,
should be. And apparently
as he should be.
the mom at some point ran an at-home daycare.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? Also, the dad in the documentary was wearing a t-shirt that said "boom" on it. Like, you are in a documentary talking
I
about
think
how
it's
your
funny.
daughter killed people in a car accident, your t-shirt says "boom."
And I also went down the rabbit hole of people who have gone to prison with her. And I believe this girl's name is Kat on TikTok. And she just talks
Wow.
about what a piece of shit Mackenzie is. Just like the same mean girl,
Yep.
nasty ass energy that she had in the real world of like, my shit doesn't stink. I can get anything I want. I'm
I'm
that
so
bitch.
cool.
That's what she brought to prison. And guess what? Her parents funded her everything. So
I
she's
saw
in
that too.
prison. She's still smoking, posting
Yep.
pictures online because she has access to an iPad. She has these gems in her hair. The girl was like, every one of those gems is $15. So
That's
she has
crazy.
all the makeup, she has all these gems, like, and she still has these little biddies following her around the prison. Like, she does not get it. What did you
When
think about her interview in prison?
Okay, so when you're watching the documentary, Mackenzie's not in it, and then all of a sudden she comes to frame from prison, and I audibly gasped because
It's
she
exactly what I
looks
thought she was going to look like.
she looks and sounds so different. Like, her bun was insane, her bangs, her side bangs, like, her accent was crazy. I was
She looks
so
like
caught
she's
off
from the
guard.
Bronx.
Yeah, she does, not from Ohio.
She's Mackenzie from from the Bronx.
She's Mackenzie from the Bronx. But I was just like, I had chills when she started talking, and it was not funny, but there's two other documentary episodes that are part of like a bigger series that there's episodes that focus on this case that like the same detective is involved in, the parents are involved in, Davion's parents are involved in. It's a lot of the same players in those other episodes, but in this Netflix documentary is the only one that Mackenzie agreed to be a part of because she wanted to share her side of the story. So
Hmm.
the interviewer was like, okay, you want to share your side of a story? Like, what do you have to say? And she literally said, I think, like, well, I don't remember what happened, but I know it was like not malicious. There was no
Hmm.
malicious intent. It's like, okay, so you finally get a chance to speak, and your route of speaking is saying that you don't know what happened, but you know it wasn't your fault. Like, that's
That's
not
her whole
sharing your
defense.
story.
That's her whole defense is that she doesn't remember. And again, that she has POTS and that she just randomly passes out, which was disproven because if you pass out, your foot would ease up on the gas pedal.
Yeah.
And she's also saying she doesn't remember anything. However, when the police get to her car, she knows her name. She
Yeah.
knows who's in the car with her. So you do remember.
Yeah.
You don't have full-blown amnesia.
And in the hospital, this wasn't in the Netflix documentary. It was in, I think, the one on Hulu. And I'll put it in the show notes, like the other episodes, if you haven't watched.
Yeah, it's called like
But
Mean Girls or something on Hulu.
yeah, and
It's
there's another one that's like killer cases or
mhm.
something. But when the police initially went to the hospital to interview her, before Mackenzie would answer them, she started speaking to her mom in like gibberish. She started speaking to her mom in
Big
like a very
Latin.
pig Latin, just like a very fast spoken language. And they transcribed it. And basically, what Mackenzie says to her mom is, can we just say that it was a seizure? Can we go with that?
Mhm.
So before Mackenzie even talks to the police, she's trying to get on the same page with her mom and say that, like, let's just say it was a seizure so that, like, they get off her back. And then after she says that, she asks the police, can you guys just, like, suspend my license for 10 years or something like that? Like, she
Not
doesn't understand the severity. She just says, like, can you
no.
just take my license away for 10 years? Like, and like, that's it. Like, that'll be enough of a repercussion for murdering two people.
Well, she killed Davion and Dominic, and then a couple weeks later, she went to a party in her wheelchair, in a bikini,
Crazy.
in her wheelchair. And then the next Halloween after the accident, her and her three friends dress up like corpses.
Yeah, that was crazy. And they try to
Like, do
justify it that
you
it was like a
do not
singer that
care?
they like.
Yeah. Like, have some
No.
taste, have some, like, awareness.
No, and while she's in the hospital, she's posting selfies with her
Mhm.
neck brace in her hospital bed. And while
Reaching out to
she's
modeling agencies.
like a brand commented on one of her posts wanting to work with her, and her mom commented back like, we would, while Mackenzie's in the hospital days after the murder happened, she's
Mhm.
like, the mom's like, we would love to work with you. Like, it was an accident. Mackenzie didn't mean to harm anybody, like in regards to literally killing Dominic and Davion. And then
So
Mackenzie's like, oh my
sad.
God, we'd love to work with you guys. Like,
It's just so
it's so,
sad because I just don't feel like the victims. I think that the Netflix documentary did a great job of honoring the victims. And it's so funny too because I think I told my mom this, like Mackenzie, like for some reason, like the name Mackenzie was not sticking in my head. Like I knew Shirilla. I was like, it's
yeah,
ironic that this girl, all she cares about is that people know her and like are talking about her. However, the two names I know are Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan. I
yeah,
don't even know you, bitch. Like
yeah.
you're a nothing burger.
It was also kind of rewarding, I'm sure, to the families that when during the trial, Mackenzie chose to have a trial by
Hmm.
judge, not by jury. So her mom went to speak like on her behalf, and her mom kind of just like flippantly says like, and Davion was like a new friend, like
Hmm.
basically saying like he's irrelevant to the
Hmm.
story. And the judge immediately calls the mom out and just like rips into her. And I feel
No,
like
and she
the
was like, and
judge
it
was
was an
like,
accident, and she's
yeah,
so nice, and like was
yeah,
turning it all about how great Mackenzie is, and she was
yeah,
like, I think you're missing the
yeah.
whole point of what you. She's like, no, 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 like that's not what I'm trying to do. The mom was so dumb.
Yeah. I almost
Something was
feel
wrong with
like
her.
during the trial, when the judge was reading that Mackenzie was like going to be sent into prison, I feel like in that moment, Mackenzie, for 1 second, realized the weight of her actions. But then she
But how
immediately
they,
like clocks out and she just like, she fades to black. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
but it's
I
how
feel like
it.
she took 1 second to realize, oh my God, I fucking did this. But nobody else in her corner is saying like, Mackenzie, do you know what happened? Do you know what you did? They're
Mhm.
allowing her to just pretend like it
Like
didn't
not blame,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Those parents literally need to go to prison with her. They all need serious help. They're
So sad.
unwell. They're unwell. It's so sad.
It's just so sad that like two lives were just taken for
Yeah.
nothing, for
Yep.
nothing.
And people think that it was premeditated for a couple
Mm-mm.
reasons because I guess a couple days before the accident, her phone was clocked as like going to like
That same
driving that
route.
route and driving that same route where the accident happened. And I guess
It's an
also,
industrial area. It's not near her house. So they were like,
yeah,
why would she be? They were like, she's doing a dry run.
yeah, why are you there? And also, I guess like maybe 2 weeks before, Mackenzie was texting Dom's mom
Hmm.
saying, I'm in the car with Dom. He's threatening to like kill us in the car. He's threatening to drive the car and like murder us. And people are saying like she was texting his mom that to like cover her ass to use that as her defense. That like, no, he tried to do that to me.
But
Like he
he
was trying to
also,
hurt me.
during that same fight, he also called his mom
Yeah, it
saying
was
that
like,
she's
come
trying to
help
crash
me
the car. And Dominic's mom sent their friend Hench to go and like find them on the
on the
streets and get
highway.
Dominic out of the car.
So crazy.
So,
It's,
so many things like
yeah.
this is so preventable, but
Well, like,
also
would you think a 17-year-old girl is
no.
gonna crack? No, but I feel like
But
she
that's
was
where
like
the parents
always.
come in.
That's where the parents come in. I feel like she was always high. She was probably
Hmm.
on mushrooms. That she smoked herself into like a psychosis where she's
Hmm.
just like this young girl filled with rage that's never been told no once in her life. And the
Hmm.
place where she's living and the person that she loves the most is like
Saying
threatening
no
to
to her.
maybe break up with her and say no to her. And she's so filled with rage that she's like, no one says no to me. So we're all gonna die. Do you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, I
Yeah.
actually think she wanted to take herself out too. Like, I think it was a failed
Yeah, I don't
attempt
think she cared.
murder suicide. I don't think she cared. I don't
Or
know. I
not even that. Like, I almost don't even think that she
realized.
knew. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
I just think that she was like, okay,
I
I'll do
know.
it then.
Yeah.
Like, not
Yes.
even thinking, like, A plus B
That's what's
equals
gonna
C.
happen.
Like, yeah, like, that is what will happen.
She either was playing a bad game of like a threat, like chicken, and
Yeah,
it
I
went too
don't
far, or
necessarily,
she wanted to do it. It's
I don't
hard to
think it was
tell.
premeditated. Like, she was like, I'm going to drive this route at 5 a.m. and
Yeah.
kill us.
Yeah.
But I think that it Who knows?
she was
Also,
fantasizing about it probably.
guess what? They were probably smoking a fucking blunt. That was probably
Yeah.
their blunt cruise, and
Yeah.
that's why her phone was pinged there. But probably because it
Yeah.
was an industrial area where they just blunt cruised.
And I think in the moment, I'm sure Davion and Dominic didn't think she was probably like, I'll drive this into the wall. And they probably didn't think she was really going to do
Until
it,
she,
especially if she's threatened behavior like that before. And then
yeah,
she actually fucking did it. I also am annoyed by her two friends that spoke in this documentary, the guy and the
Rosie.
girl, because I feel like they were not being honest. What
Hmm.
happened at that party? There's no way they just like fell asleep. The three of them all woke up happy and they just went on their merry way. Something had to have happened. They were speaking so kindly of
Hmm.
Mackenzie and her relationship with Dom and saying that like they were happy, they'd probably be married by
They
now.
would
They had this
never do.
amazing relationship.
We
And
hear the
everybody
text.
else
We
is saying the
see.
opposite.
Yeah.
How could they not just come clean? I feel like they're holding out on something, and why? Why are they protecting Mackenzie?
I'm not
It's so
sure.
weird. I even felt bad for Mackenzie's dad and sister when they were like, we thought Mackenzie was like this sweet young
Oh, you
girl.
mean Dominic's?
Oh, sorry. Dominic's family, when they were like, we thought
Yeah.
Mackenzie was the sweet young girl until we heard.
Dominic's dad and sister
I know,
sat on her side
I
of the
know.
trial in the courtroom,
Yeah.
while his mother, Dominic's mother, and Davion's family sat on the
Really,
plaintiff.
it's just such a sad situation. But again, like you said, the only way it would have been avoided if her parents actually wanted to be parents, and which is why they need to be held responsible.
And I think the reason why we're all talking about this is because we're never going to get the answer.
No.
And it's just, it's not black and white. And I don't think Mackenzie will ever tell the truth. I don't think she's capable of it. And she's
No.
the only person who knows what happened
Yep.
besides Dominic and Davion, who aren't here to tell us.
And she's just kind of living her best life in prison.
Oh,
She
yeah.
still has fame. She
She
has
runs it.
notoriety. There's all these documentaries being made about her. Like, she's happy. Her mom's sending her whatever she
Mm.
wants. She's fine. Which is worse. Like, it's so mess up. And I feel like at least if she's going to be in prison, she needs to be getting like mental help because she is a
She's
personality
evil.
disorder or something. Something is wrong, is not connected there. And you know what? Her prison bun because that was really a disgrace.
That was a disgrace. Can I tell a quick story, just
Of
really
course.
quick about a bun?
Go.
Our friend Nikki, she likes to wear a tight bun on her head, kind of like you right now, kind of like Mackenzie Shirilla. So we were going to Mexico and we were going through security and her bun was so tight and it was like fucking 6 in the morning. Like it was super early. And the TSA agent had to ask her to search her bun. So they came over with two big chopsticks and like
Stop.
separated her bun apart to like check in her bun for paraphernalia.
Oh my God.
And
That's
that'll forever be
actually
one of my
crazy.
favorite airport like memories is just watching them like open her bun
Like
with
checking
their
for
chop.
lice.
Yeah, like checking for like drugs in Nikki R's bun of all
That's
people.
actually crazy. Okay, before we close out the doc, I have one question, but do you want to say anything else first?
No.
Okay. Do you think that true crime documentaries are almost like glamorizing
Hmm.
the perpetrator and like turning them into celebrities? Or do you think that they are still essential to getting the stories out for the people involved? Because I do feel like the Netflix, after watching the other documentaries, I do feel like the Netflix doc was like a little soft on Mackenzie.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
they
feel that
left
way.
out they left out vital parts of the story. The
Oh, I
speaking in.
hated her guts even after the
Yeah,
Netflix one. Like
okay.
I hated her. I feel like compared to the Mean Girls Hulu one, I think that the Netflix one did a much better job
Yeah,
of highlighting the victims. And I left that documentary remembering and caring more about Davion and Dominic than I did about Mackenzie. And I just think she's a disgusting piece of shit. And I think the documentary did its job in driving that home for me
I,
personally.
I do appreciate how like the Netflix doc left in the part where after they finished interviewing Mackenzie, she turned to her lawyer who's in the room and she said,
Yes.
"So what do you think? Like, I didn't want to say too much. I didn't want to say too
Yeah. Did
little.
I
Do you
do
think I
too
sound
much?
like did I sound good?" Like she was asking her lawyer for approval on how she came off
Yeah.
and giving nothing in the documentary about her murdering two people.
No. Fake as hell. Yeah.
I
It
know.
was all a
Sorry,
show. It was all an act.
my child's crying for like the 900th time this episode.
Let's
So
wrap it
let's
up
get
with a
to
not
her.
mad.
Let's get to her not mad about it. Okay, real quick. If you're new here, we like to end every episode with something that we're not mad about while my child's screaming. One thing that I'm not mad about is it was 90 degrees out 2 days this week, which means it's tube top season, baby.
Oh,
If
your
you don't
favorite.
remember from last year, when it's hot out, I love to wear a tube top and just like walk around my neighborhood or go on a hot girl walk with my kids, like a little thought.
And her
And
nippy's out.
Nippy's out, anti-tan line. Sorry, Carl, don't want to disappoint, but I'm not mad about tube top season.
All right, I love that for you. And real quick, my not mad about it is that I got my first manicure today with my daughter. She is 2.5. I went today to get my pre-Mexico mani pedi. It was great. And they set up the pedicure chair for her, but I was like, not paying for a pedicure for her. But then she sat so good. I was like, do you want a manicure? And let me just tell you, it was the cutest thing in the world. I am not mad about having my little daughter that I get to do all these things with, and I'm so excited about it. I loved it.
No, the picture was so cute, so sweet, literally goals, like
No, I literally just
obsessed.
stared at her smiling with this big dopey ass smile the entire
Oh,
time. It
no,
was so cute.
that is so cute. And have a great time in Mexico,
Thank you so
Nikki.
much. Gracias. Muchas
We can't wait to
gracias.
see Brown Bear. What was his name? Baby
Baby
Bear?
bear.
We're gonna see Baby
I'm
Bear
going to
in
be brown bear,
Mexico.
hopefully, when I come back, not red bear.
Wait to see Baby Bear in Mexico. And on that note, make sure you check out our recap episode. If you like what you saw, like what you heard, like, subscribe, comment, share our post, engage in our activity, leave a review. We appreciate all of it, and we will see you guys next Monday.
Love you guys dearly. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Ty says bye.